So, are you ready to become a podcaster on podcast? Download the Anchor app. It's the easiest way to do podcasting and it's also free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's easy. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Good evening, my wonderful and beautiful kings and queens. How are y'all doing on this Monday night? I pray that you all have had a blessed and safe day, and your day went well. It was full of blessings and miracles. And even if you had a rough day and things didn't go too well and things kind of were off today, guess what? If you are under the sound of my voice, you have made it to a night that was not promised to you. You made it through. So that is a blessing. If this is your first time tuning into my podcast, and for those of you who do not know me, my name is Candace E. Brown. I'm a life coach. I'm a podcaster, a YouTube. I'm also an author and a mother of two wonderful children. And in this season of my podcast, I am talking to my queens, my ladies. I do drop some knowledge for the men as well sometimes, but mostly I've been talking to women because I can relate to women more because I am a woman as well as a single mother. And we are talking about self-confidence and having that self-love and having that abundant life God has promised us, where we are excelling in every area of our lives. We're excelling financial-wise, business-wise, spiritual-wise. We're excelling. We don't have any issues, no job issue, relationship issues, nothing. We just excelling, And that's what we are talking about on this podcast. It's all about motivation. So, queens, I kind of want to talk to my single queens tonight, my single mother queens, actually. Just something dear that fell on my heart tonight. I just want to encourage y'all that, it doesn't matter if your kid's father is not being the man that he needs to be, or he's not being the father he needs to be for the children. A lot of us kind of struggle with that. I know I struggle with that, me personally with that. And sometimes, when you think about it, you get that thought of like, well, Lord, why did I choose this man to lay down with and have a child with him? And Lord, I ignored all the signs. I mean, God, you gave me every sign it was in the book, but I just knew for some reason, or I just thought for some reason that this man was just going to change for me. And I can talk from personal experience because that's what I thought, especially with my daughter. And with her dad, I just knew that things were going to change, and he was going to change, and he was going to do this, and he was going to do that for his daughter. And I was so wrong. Y'all, I was so wrong. And I know there are some women out there that can relate to that, but I'm just came to encourage you tonight. Listen, it's not your fault. Don't keep blaming yourself that it's my fault, it's my this, it's my that. Okay, don't keep beating yourself up over it. Okay, let it go. It done happened. The child is here. The baby's here. The child is here. He done dipped out on you, and he don't want to never come pick up the child. He never wants to spend time with the child. And you're just stuck with raising this child or children on your own. Queen, let me tell you, you are the woman for the job. And you can do it, because if you couldn't do it, God wouldn't have made you a mother. Okay? You are someone special. You are a mother of another human being, and God made you special. So God knew you were the woman for the job. And even if y'all weren't, you're not married, You may not even been in a relationship with the man. It might have just been an entanglement that you had going on, or something you just did, or a one night stand, whatever the case may be. Guess what? You are still the woman for the job. Even in that sin, God still bless you with this wonderful, beautiful child. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. And yes, sometimes we get a little frustrated around Christmas time because, as the mother, we are the sole providers. Majority of us are the sole providers of our kids. And when Christmas time comes along, it's like, okay, I got to get the kids something for Christmas. And you want the dad's interaction. You want their interaction, especially with the little girls, because little girls, they love their daddy. They really do. They love their daddy. They want to interact with their dad. They want to say, hey, dad, look at me. Dad, this and that. Now, sons, they love their dad, but they're most clingy to their mothers. But a girl, they love their dad. And sometimes, when dad ain't around, or dad ain't here, or dad is off doing this, or dad is off doing that, and he doesn't make time for that child, it weighs in on your heart. And y'all, we know we get angry. We get mad. And that's why a lot of times I think we as women, we get mad, and we get on Facebook and we post, oh, so-and-so ain't about nothing. He ain't about squat. All I ask him to do is this. He can't even do that. Or we get mad and we send a nasty text message, or we DM them and say, you old dirty dog, ugly, no good teeth, y'all know what we call them. Y'all say them ugly words. I don't cuss anymore, but y'all get the picture. Y'all can fill in the blank. Y'all know we cuss them out from A to Z, call him everything but a child of God, and we just have that attitude. And we see and go back like, man, why? Oh, I can't stand him. I can't believe I laid down with him. But guess what? You did. You laid down with him. You conceived the child. The child is here. And one thing you cannot do, ladies, is something I have learned. You cannot make a man, do anything. That's with trying to spend time with his child. That's what anything will come do right by you. You can't make him do right by you. You can't make him love you. And guess what? You can't make him raise his child. If he don't want to raise that child, guess what? A man will run off, walk off, and haul tail and get with somebody else. And half of them be out here, I ain't got no children. I don't know what she talking about. I was over there, but I ain't lay up with her. And next thing you know, the child is, and then they looking like Boo Boo the fool. Who shot John and forgot to kill. Who shot John over there looking crazy. Well, it was a one-time thing. I told her I ain't want no children. But, the child is here now. And, we sit there and we like, man, I just, and y'all, I have been guilty of that. But what I had to do, and I had to come to realization, was it's okay. It's okay. So what? You left. So what? You don't want to do it. So what? You don't want to be a father. That's okay. You don't have to be a father to my child. You don't have to. You ain't got to do nothing. One thing I learned, what you got to do, stay black and die. If you black like me, you stay black and you die. If you white, you going to be white and die. Whatever the color nationality you is, that's what you going to do and die. Them 2 things you going to do on this side. But in the consequences of you not doing what you supposed to do, consequences comes behind everything. So let's say, for example, man does not raise his child, especially us ladies. Y'all know we can all relate to this. We don't have our father in our lives. So when we get out here in the dating world, we don't really know what to look for in a man. Now, our mother done raised us, and she can teach us what she could teach us how to be a woman, but she can't teach us, on the insides and outside of a man, because she's not a man. So a lot of us go through trial and error. We go out with this man thinking this the right man. Oh, this ain't the man. He did this and that. We go with this man, that man. So we're doing a bunch of trial and error because we don't know what kind of man to look for, because our father was not there in our lives. Our father was out there doing whatever. Some of our some of our fathers have passed away. Some of them did pass away, and you can't help that because your dad passed away. And some of us fathers, they might have been in prison. Like my dad, he was in prison for years. And my daddy didn't get, he didn't come home till I was maybe 15 years old. And it was very frustrating for me because when I'm at 15, I'm trying to be, I'm the bomb.com, and you, Johnny come lately, want to tell me what to do. And I had envied my daddy for so long, and I was mad with him because my dad was not in my life. And I didn't understand that at the time. And then me and him had such a power struggle. I mean, we arguing and fuss all the time, and I was very mad at him and angry with him. And then my mother left me when I was about 21, 22 years old. That didn't make it any better. Things just got worse. And when my mom left there, I just did not go back there. I didn't try to worry about checking on him. I'm like, okay, whatever. And people would be often like, how your dad doing? I'm like, yeah, he okay. I mean, what are you asking me for? He live in the same spot with, And for a long time, that's how I felt toward my dad. And I couldn't never figure out really why. Me and him was always fussing at each other. But as time passed and as I got on my journey, wanting to get myself together, me and my dad, we sat down, we talked and have a conversation. And even tonight, I love my dad, but it's something there that God is working on me and a place in my heart that he was missing, he was missing in my life. And it's not his fault, but if he had shown me what to look for in a man and what not to look for in a, what to look for in a man, and if a man tell you this and if a man tell you that, that's not the right thing. That's not a man. That's a grown boy. Okay, that's a grown boy. He's not a grown man. You need to go on about your business. You need to just let him go on. So I didn't know the ins and outs about dating and stuff, and that's why I had so many trial and errors and stuff, because I really didn't have my father in my life. And one thing I love about Tony Gaskins, y'all hear me say him all the time. One thing I love about him is he breaks down the difference between grown men and grown boys. And y'all, we got a lot of grown boys out here. There are a lot of grown boys out here. We got a few grown men, they out there, but it's a lot of grown boys out here. And the grown boys are the ones that are not raising their kids. They are the ones that are not in their children's life. Only thing they want to worry about is popping in the club on Saturday night, or going to be at Keisha, Lisa house, running behind a woman, trying to be on Facebook, get likes, going, hey, here I go. They like pick me Keisha, but they the version pick. I've got to find a dude version. Pick me something, but they like pick me Keisha. Like my boy Coach Rod say, pick me Keisha. They waving their hand, hey, here I go. I always want to be on the scene. I always want to be in the crowd. But they don't know anything about their kids. And it's like, wow, when you're on Facebook and you look at them and you be like, well, they gone out of town. And, here I am stuck with the children. Would have been nice if he had came this weekend to spend time with his children. But ladies, it's okay. Let me tell you something. Don't get mad no more. Don't get angry no more. Don't beg no more, okay? One thing you don't have to do, you don't have to beg no grown man to come and spend time with his children. A grown man gonna already have a schedule together. A grown man know when the children got to go to the doctor. They know what medicine they take. They know how much the medicine costs. They know what size shoe they wear, what pants they wear. They know when they sick, they this, they that. They know everything that they need to know about that child. Everything they on the contact at the school. The teacher just don't call mother, she call dad too. Dad go to conferences and everything. Dad go to practices. Dad do it just as much as mama do. Dad gonna be ready now just as much as mama is. Okay? That's a man. He gonna know, oh, wait, I can't, hey, look, fellas, I can't do Saturday night, I'm taking my son, me and my son, we going to watch the game together. Or me and my son, we going to spend time together. Or me and my daughter, I'm taking my daughter over here, and me and her are going to have daddy and daughter day. And no, I can't do it this Saturday, fellas. I get with y'all next Saturday. I gotta spend time with my kids. I got my kids this weekend. Okay, that's what real men do. Grown boys, you gotta call them. You got to text them. You got to beg them. And then the sad thing is they have the nerve to have an attitude. But at the end of the day, I tell you what, you don't have to have an attitude. Guess what? You don't even have to keep them. I'm to the point right now, I'm the woman for the job. God ordained me to raise these kids, and that's just what I'm gonna do. Because had I not been equipped to raise these kids, I wouldn't have had them. So, ladies, queens, my single mothers, don't get discouraged in this season. And I know you're doing the best you can. You working. You trying to go back to school, you doing this, you doing that, and you raising kids. Keep doing what you're doing, ladies. Keep doing what you're doing. Your kids see you. Your daughter sees you. Your son is watching you. They see you. They know you cry at night when you put them to bed. You go in there and you cry and you pray to God. Say, God, give me the strength and the courage to raise these kids of my own. Because sometimes, God, I feel like I'm a failure. I'm doing all I can, God. And I know I'm doing all I can. But God, sometimes I just don't know. God hear your prayers. God see your tears. God see your effort. He see your work. And He is going to bless you abundantly. Those kids see everything that you're doing. And guess what? Those be the main kids that grow up and be in the NFL and the NBA. They have their own big businesses. They do this and they come back and they pick up their mother. And sometimes when Daddy Johnny come lately, oh, you my child. And they be like, oh, now you want to come around. Oh, now I'm your son. Oh, now I'm your daughter. That I'm doing this. Well, Daddy, I love you. But to be honest, I don't need you. You know, when I couldn't help myself and I needed somebody to take care of me, to feed me, to clothe me, you were never there. You never gave me the time of the day. You know, you never came to my football games. You never came to soccer practice. You never came to the school awards. Mama was always there, and Mama was trying to work and take care of us. But now I'm going to take care of her. And Dad, no disrespect, I love you. God bless you. But guess what, Dad? I don't need you in my life. And if y'all know a grown boy out there, I want him to listen to this. Listen to these words. You know, there is nothing more hurtful than a child to sit there and reject you when they become grown and you need them. Because you don't never know what's going to happen. We don't never know what's going to happen in the future. I have seen this too many times where children become grown, their daddy was never there. And now that the daddy done got sick and dying in his body or something happened, now he calling the kids don't never come like, well, I mean, he wasn't there for me. So I can't be there for him. I'm sorry. No, I love him. God bless him. But I just can't give that kind of time to him. I got to see about my mama. There's nothing worse than having that kind of rejection. Okay, there's nothing worse than that. So, ladies, y'all keep doing what you're doing. We got this, y'all. We going to do this together. We going to grind together. We going to shine together. And we going to come out on top. I pray that this podcast blesses someone tonight. And until next time, y'all take care. Bye-bye.